the first half. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, could be Wayne!
I think I got my swagger back. Oh!
I love it, baby!
Them orange britches. Something about them orange britches.
Tennessee wins! By Tennessee, Jawan Jennings. Jennings makes the catch.
Ball hit high in the air into right field. Going back is Sayre. And Tennessee can say hello, win column. A grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. You can't draw it up any better.
We just won a basketball game, and we're very happy right now. McGrath for the win.
He got it.
If you don't like college football and you watch this one, I'm not sure what your problem is.
Reddit did to do, and welcome into More Important Issues. It is Thursday, January 8th. We are coming at you live and earlier than normal tonight. We'll find out who's playing, then one of the teams playing in a national championship. No one picked them, Landon. At least the media, the nose of the sport. These two teams were not there.
Yeah, I mean, most of them didn't pick Miami to beat Texas A&M, let alone compete for a national championship. I think the Georgia, not having Georgia or Ohio State in this game is pretty insane. I don't think anybody
for sure.
That.
I am thrown off that no one, and I don't know. I didn't keep up in that. I'm sure you saw the graphic. I'm not sure who was left out, but there's got to be a national media person that picked Miami to win the national championship, right?
I don't think so. Not that I know of, because I mean, maybe after like the
not
first
even Desmond Howard.
I mean, he was in their top four, probably.
Desmond Howard.
I don't know. I don't think anybody really trusts Carson Beck in that to work out.
Sure. I just figured they had
two games.
Sure. I just figured all the momentum they had in the transfer portal. Everybody's been high on their defense the whole year. Like the defense hadn't wavered. That hadn't been a question. So I figured someone would have picked them. No, I mean, whatever. I'll hound them. I didn't have this Final Four for sure. I will say, Landon, and I wouldn't go. I didn't predict Indiana to be here, but Indiana's for real. And I've been saying that since Kurt Cignetti arrived on campus. And listen, blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. This blind squirrel has found his nut, and it's Indiana. Go Hoosiers.
Yeah, I mean, every time somebody picks against them, they win. So I think if Indiana's going to lose a game, I think everybody has to be all in on Indiana.
Sure. And for Tennessee fans, if you're feeling iffy about Indiana, like, should I like them? Is Kurt Cignetti, he's a little brash, he's a little cocky. I have a theory that Nick Saban and Kurt Cignetti hate each other. And I really think Kurt Cignetti hates Nick Saban more than Nick Saban maybe hates Kurt Cignetti. So the enemy of my enemy is my friend. All of us should love Kurt Cignetti for that reason.
Okay.
If my theory is true.
Okay, I like that. That's why we hate Lane Kiffin, because he's too buddy-buddy with Nick Saban, right?
Oh, he wants to be Saban's best friend.
Yeah.
He'll act like he doesn't. Let's get real. Which you see it, Landon. I told you I put this on for. I won't name him. I'm sure he doesn't want to be named. We've got an Ole Miss regular running around that we know and love. Lane Kiffin's not there anymore, so I have no ill will. I don't necessarily want an SEC team to win. Actually, I shouldn't say necessarily. I don't want an SEC team to win. But if it's an SEC team that wins a national title and their coach left them in December for another SEC job, that, you know it. We talk about it all the time. I love chaos. That is chaotic. How can you not get emotional about football?
Yeah, I think the best part in this Final Four is anybody, you, whoever you listening, whoever you are, wherever you are also not coaching a college football playoff team just like Lane Kiffin. So
there you go. Do you think he'll make his own ring? Have we talked about this? He won't get one from Ole Miss. You think he'll have one? He'll have one commissioned.
He'll make like a pinky ring, not like on his ring finger. It'll go on his pinky. I feel like he's one of those people. He's got to be a little
Okay.
different. Even if he was to win a national championship, he probably wouldn't have it on his. It'd probably be like a toe ring or something
Right.
strange. So
Sure. That
belly
makes sense.
button ring.
You get an anklet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm excited for this game. I think it's going to be really interesting. Kind of a tale of two different teams here that don't their goods or the other team's bads, or I guess they're but
complete opposite.
Right, but you'll see like a good offense versus a good defense, for example. And I mean an Ole Miss defense who they're what's the right word? They're
Stingy.
Stingy. Yes, that is a great adjective. They're stingy. They're not like they're certainly not like bend don't break kind of philosophy. Like they're looking to create chaos, but they don't quite have the front, especially that Miami has. So it's going to be.
Yeah. They show up when they need to. I think I was talking to our buddy Trey about this game, and it's all about Carson Beck. It's if he turns the ball over probably 2 times, I think Ole Miss wins. If he goes turnover free, I think Miami wins.
Which I think more is on.
You get some of that magic of Trinidad Chambliss also.
That's the two things. It's the turnover point for sure, but will Miami be forced to rely on Carson Beck, or will they be able to run the football well enough where they can not make him make tough throws?
Yeah.
Because I think there's 2 ways Miami can go about it, and then you have I think I love Fernando Mendoza. I think this game the Heisman committee should put on alert that if he has the type of game he had against Georgia, revoting.
Agreed. Yeah.
The Georgia game almost outright said he should have won the Heisman for me. In fact, if I wasn't someone who thought so lowly of that award, I think I would just say it. But I don't care.
Yeah, I think the assistant, whoever found his highlight tape on social media, deserves the Broyles Award.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Yep.
And you know what? If Diego Pavia gets an extra year, I don't care the reason Trinidad wants an extra year. Give it to him. That's electric stuff, and we don't have to play Ole Miss next year, so I'm okay with it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
A-okay.
Yep. What are we thinking about Indiana? Do you think? I think it's the same thing. I think Indiana just is better than Oregon.
I think that's a game of.
And I think I'm kind of addicted to Fernando Mendoza doing a post-game press conference.
You're addicted to his post games, yeah,
yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, if Oregon plays the way they did offensively against Texas Tech, it's going to be very not score wise necessarily, but the feel of it is going to be very similar to that Alabama game where it's like they just rolled.
Sure.
Because I mean they almost turned the ball over like 4 times just on shotgun snaps alone.
Yeah.
So that's not a recipe to win games. In fact, Oregon just found an offense that is completely inefficient. Lucky for them.
Yeah. I think that the coke that Dan Lanning has done throughout the season, I feel like it catches up to him tonight, and it's over.
Tomorrow night. They don't play till tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, tomorrow night. Yeah. Well, it might catch up to him tonight, and that's what causes them to lose tomorrow.
Potentially.
Who knows? Yeah.
He might lose an offensive playbook, Ryan Day. Be in a lot of trouble. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think you've got for as much kind of crap people have talked about this college football playoff, and listen, we can go to the first round, and I think I've come to the conclusion that if you give it to the most deserving teams, quote unquote, you're always going to just get duds.
Yeah.
But I think you've got a lineup in the Final Four that could be really, really good games. And then what game wasn't – okay, Alabama, Indiana wasn't good. As a Tennessee fan, it was phenomenal. And Indiana played so flawless. You just got to appreciate that. It's kind of like the Georgia TCU national championship. Georgia played so good. No one was like, oh, that game sucked. Like you just saw a great team just go to work.
Yeah. And as bad as the JMU, Oregon, Ole Miss, Tulane games were, I mean, I know the Miami, Texas A&M game was close, but it was still a terrible football game.
You're not wrong. It was.
It was terrible football. It wasn't
Well,
I guess a terrible football game.
See, I think it was. I think it was the other way around. The offenses were. Miami's offense was a dud completely. Texas A&M's offense was just poached by a stingy, nasty, mean defense, and they couldn't get anything going. So I think it was fine football to watch, but it's not the most exciting brand at all.
Sure, yeah,
but yeah, I mean, then at least you have now a terrible football game that looks good because of the way it unfolded. Is the Alabama-Oklahoma game? That game was not good. I mean, that game was two teams trying to give it away.
Yeah.
So. I mean, it just kind of depends. Like,
well, Kirby tried to give his game away too, and that's why Ole Miss is sitting here instead of Georgia.
Kirby, which might not be good for. We don't play him next year, so we're okay. But I feel like that's going to fuel him. Like he's just. I'd love to see that be his downfall, but
I mean,
he's kind of got that Saban. Like, he'll just rebound.
Tennessee, Georgia lost the same way. If they would have ran the ball every single play, they win their final game of the season, or what was their final game of the season.
Georgia?
Yeah, Georgia and Tennessee. Yeah. Just run the ball.
The fourth down decision. Yeah. I mean, interesting stuff from old Kirby Smart.
Yeah. Couldn't happen to a better guy.
You know two favorite things. Shout out to Ben Mintz. That's been electric. My next favorite thing this week, watching Auburn just lose it. I mean, they're Landon, if Golish isn't the guy, that program may just crumble. I mean, they're out here losing their minds about a midweek SEC basketball game in January that really looks like they lost. Every evidence I've seen looks like the ball was in his hand.
Yeah.
And show me the video. We saw the video. That was the first video we saw.
Who was it against?
A&M.
A&M.
I think they gave up a 15-point lead to get to that point as well. And their poor fans are just crumbling.
And it was at home, right?
It was at home, and they're still pleading to the SEC today. This game happened on Tuesday night. They are still pleading to the SEC. I think it was Tuesday night. Pleading to the SEC about, I guess, trying to get it overturned for a win. I don't know. I don't know exactly what their goal is, but first of all, there's 0.6 seconds left. The likeliness of him catching, turning, and shooting are extremely low anyways. And then we see it on tape. I can't believe they counted. I'll say this. Bad officiating, the fact that they counted on the court. That's
crazy.
Is
pretty awesome to see one team celebrate, and then a couple minutes later, the other team celebrates.
Trey, the video from the Auburn bench side, I mean, it's in his hand, and you can see the buzzer in the background. I don't know, man. And then I like using logic. What? Let me ask you this, Landon. What were you always told? What was the minimum for a catch and shoot? Let's test this theory. What were you?
It was right. It's right at 0.6, right?
0.7 is what I was told.
Okay. I was about to say somewhere around in that range. But it's usually a catch and heave, not a turn around and shoot.
Right. To catch and shoot it, I was always told 0.7.
Okay. Yeah.
I saw that elsewhere, and I was like, I don't know who else has heard that. I've always heard that. Like anything 0.7 and below has to be a tip in, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get into the whole, they gave him a do-over pretty much because they wanted to see if it hit the rim, and it did hit the rim. I didn't see that play. People said it hit the rim. I'm not sure, honestly.
Yeah, I just saw where they lost. So
Stephen Pearl chases a woman off the court with an iPad. I really don't know what Trey's saying. Is he saying it was good or it wasn't good? Can you read that and understand it? Because I'm lost. Sounds like he disagrees, but he said, no, I agree.
I don't know.
Okay. I'm wearing your colors, Trey. Just let it be. Yeah, been a good week, and then some good news. Sounds like we might have intentionally or unintentionally delayed a flight for a transfer quarterback.
Yeah, I love that. I don't know how that happened. Did he go to Gus's and get the runs and miss a flight, or
what are the chances that we just grounded like all flights leaving McGee Tyson?
That's pretty sick.
Or maybe shout out to those maybe there's an FAA guy that was, I don't know what they're called in the towers. I'm blanking. Air traffic control. Maybe they were like, we know which plane's his. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, there was a crazy Vol fan that just went in there and just like started ripping out some wires of the plane.
He is not real.
yeah. But I mean that's the number one player in the portal is on campus, extended a stay. I think that's a good sign. I know the portal has been kind of underwhelming at this point. You have 3 commits. You see what Texas Tech has done. You've seen what LSU and Indiana have done in the portal, and you're like, hey, what are we doing? Like, let's get this ball rolling. And I think it is one of those things where you just kind of wait and see when this thing closes. Then you can have like it has been underwhelming. I think it gives you like caution of, hey, is this going to be a rough season? Because Josh Heupel knows this season is super important on his like probably coaching career and obviously this job. Like if he wants to keep this job, I think next year has to be a good year. And you've made changes on defense, but you have this like overhaul that you need with players, and it just doesn't feel like there is, I don't know, the same kind of hurry to get guys in place as I've wanted or you wanted or anybody else. And
I think Logic wants.
Maybe there's some master plan behind it and everything works out. But right now, I mean, you have the top quarterback in the country in the portal on campus. Can you land him? He's going to be pricey. You know, what does that look like with he had a season-ending surgery on his foot with a torn ligament? Is he the same player?
Sure.
I mean, as much as a risk like this whole thing was getting a quarterback, now you're getting one of the most risky quarterbacks in the portal because he's, like I said, he's going to be pricey. He comes with, he's not going to be on he's not going to be on the practice field for spring practice to learn this system. How does that all factor into this?
Yeah, and I mean, I think getting a quarterback like Levitt right now would go a long way in goodwill. For, like you said, it's just been underwhelming so far. And I know it's not like it's come to a close. It's not like it's over, but you're seeing a lot of the big names get picked. Tennessee's missing out on people. It's been, you mentioned the urgency. It doesn't feel like it's there. And a lot of the transfer portal seems backwards from at least what high school recruiting, I guess, used to be, and still is to a degree, where it's a lot of the big names come down to signing day. Like, some of the big ones you're not going to find out until signing day. Whereas transfer portal, it's like the big guys are off the board first. Then you're kind of digging through the weeds trying to find the guys you believe to be good later on. And Tennessee seemed to just miss a lot on the front end. Mm-hmm. Maybe by design, but I don't know if when I turn on my orange goggles later, I'll say it's by design, but it doesn't feel that way right now.
Yeah, and I think one thing maybe that, hey, like if guys are on campus, like there's got to be, hey, let's get them signed before they leave here. Let's not let them go elsewhere. And we've seen some reports of like, hey, Tennessee has to be willing to pay money. Like these guys in the portal are expensive. And I don't think it's a good sign where Virginia Tech's willing to throw out more money for a corner than Tennessee is. But I don't know. Again, like there's a lot of stuff kind of going on where you're just like, I don't like that. I don't like that. There is still a ton of options out there. There's guys that have yet to make a decision. So I think there's some potential out there. Just wait and see what happens, I guess, at the end of it before we just go nuclear on social media. Right. It is, I mean, you're right to be upset so far because I'm kind of the same way. I'm like, well, we need a whole entire defense, and we have yet to sign a safety, and we have yet to sign a defensive lineman. I know you got Quay Moss, but he's going to be a nickel. He's not even going to be back there as a safety. So,
which
I don't know.
You did need to address But
Sure. But your two
Yeah,
biggest ones were safety
Yes.
and defensive lineman. You have yet to have one, and we're like, what, a week into this thing? So,
Right.
yeah.
No, it's
I don't know.
it's not been all roses for sure. And like I said, I mean, I think you
And you got to get those early visits
Yeah.
because, I mean, you
Although
look
maybe
at guys that didn't even
maybe
get
this-
on campus because,
Yeah.
Texas Tech got them first, or Ole Miss got them first with the linebacker out of Baylor. I mean, there's just stuff. I mean, Texas Tech is gonna. If a guy's going to Texas Tech, you might as well just, hey, you're good, appreciate it. We're not gonna pay for your plane ticket or anything else because we know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah. It'd be pretty sick though to get Sam Levitt in the midst of all this. It's gonna really suck if we get Sam Levitt though, and then Joey gets another year. Not that I think I would.
Ooh, that's a good question. Gun to your head, who you picking?
See, the reason it's tough is because Joey was good enough that I think I'd love to see a second year in the system, especially because he didn't get to campus until May.
But
Just
then there's
pure-
also that thought of I've seen him in this offense. I'd like to
Sure.
see
the
what.
pure talent standpoint, it's Sam Levitt. I don't think that's an argument.
Mhm.
But the wanting to, the curiosity of, okay, we could have a new transfer quarterback who isn't familiar with the system, but's really talented, and he's older, so I mean, it should come along at least a little bit quicker. Versus a not equally talented guy, but a talented guy for sure, who's seems to be respected as a leader and a quarterback. In a second year, I think there's a lot of they're not the same type of want. There's a lot of pros and cons. I would, especially with the unknown of Joey, no doubt in my heart, if you said gun to your head right now, it's Sam Levitt. Like if you can sign him, take him and run with it.
Yeah, I think the same way. It's like it's kind of that chaos factor. I just want to see what it is.
Fair.
Like see how it works
Yeah.
out. I mean, next year, like I have no clue. I have no expectations anyway. So I think it's okay to go with a risky, but I mean, it could work out in your favor where quarterback plays better. Obviously, like your wide receivers are going to be good. You have that returning running back. I think it's not the wrong decision to go with more talent.
Sure.
Ever.
It'd be awesome too to get him after sitting baseline with Kiffin just a few nights ago.
Yeah.
He also looked miserable, which I won't pontificate on that too much because I'm someone who
Well,
gets asked if
He's
I'm
at an LSU basketball game.
true, but I get asked all the time if I'm angry or mad or upset. I just have RBF, so I get that.
So I mean, people have asked like, what are some names out there? Chaz Coleman's obviously out there, the edge from Penn State. There's a lot of Penn State guys that have or plan on visiting. Maury Campbell, linebacker, defensive lineman Xavier Gilliam, and then you have safety Dewan Lane, who has or will visit from Penn State. Obviously, that familiar with the staff. They kind of know what they want, and so if they land all those guys, I feel like you're sitting pretty good.
Yeah.
But then I think you've reached out a little bit to the Missouri edge, who was at Georgia. I forget what his name is, but it escapes me.
I just had it pulled up a second ago. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah.
And then you have kicker, Louisville kicker, Cooper. Is it Ranvier? I don't know. Apparently, he trains with James Will Hoyt. So,
And I think it's us in Miami at this point, correct?
yeah,
Or I guess
apparently
that's what's thought.
Yeah, that's out there. And then you have the Alabama defensive lineman, James Smith, and Quay Rizal. I think is how you say that. It looks like they're a package deal, so that would be cool if we could just land both of them at one time. They're supposed to be here later in the week, and then you have some running backs.
Is it Damon Wilson? That's the one from Missouri, right?
Yes. Thank you. You have Kendrick Raphael from Cal, who rushed for 943 yards, 13 touchdowns. I think that'd be a good pairing with Deshaun Bishop, kind of like that Star Thomas was very successful in the ACC. I think he caught like 20-something balls out of the backfield as well, had a couple touchdowns receiving. So I think that'd be a good get to replace a Star Thomas. So yeah, tons of names out there still. It's not all like, what are we going to do? I don't think you're hitting the panic button right now, but we'll see how it plays out in about
monitoring the panic button.
Sure. Yeah. And that whole Ty Simpson thing, that was fun on social media because we all knew how that was going to turn out. Like, he wasn't going to come here. He was always going to go. If he wasn't going to be at Bama, he was always going to turn pro. I don't think he wanted to, like, the Henry To'oTo'o thing. I don't think he wanted that being a player where a whole fan base is just like doesn't want anything good to happen to you.
So, I mean, he's got to go. Well, I guess I guess he could still transfer to another school.
Well, he declared. He declared.
Oh, he did declare? Okay. Yeah, I missed that.
Yeah, they said that he didn't get a single second-round grade from any NFL team, and I don't think that's true.
So all first-round grades?
That's what he said. But that's what his camp said.
Yeah, there's definitely got to be some out there. I guess maybe that means the ones that are in the market for a QB.
Yeah, but I mean, if Ty Simpson's agent's like, "Hey Raiders, what grade do you have as Ty Simpson?" I don't know. Are they supposed to say second round? I feel like they could just say first round to make him go pro, and so maybe they can get him late in a round.
Sure. I'm just looking. To be fair, I'm looking at this NFL draft class. Who is above him as an NFL quarterback?
Well, Mendoza's going to be up there.
Mendoza, Moore,
Dante Moore, yeah.
Then after that, it's not a super strong class.
That's what benefits him. I
said from the get go, if I'm him, he has all of the immeasurables. I'm going. He's going to grade really well at the combine. So go get that first round money that you may not, or I mean, even second round money that you're not guaranteed, and just be like, you might not be in a position you're happy with because you're not going to be seen, in my opinion, as a day one starter unless, again, it's just the right team. But yeah, you're going to get paid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, he's going to make fine money. I just feel like he could.
If you ask me if I want to sit on the bench at Alabama or sit on the bench in the NFL next year, sit on the bench in the NFL.
Sure. Yeah. Or like, I think it's his decision. Like, do you want to play next year? Because you're not going to play probably for an NFL team unless somebody gets hurt.
Right.
Because I think those first two are going to be off the board, and then I don't know who else is in running for a quarterback.
Yeah.
So
there's no quarterback that jumps off the board at me, and there's two that I'd probably put above him, and they don't even jump off the board as being just flat out better than Ty Simpson.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Like they're the two above him have just like, they're gamers and they've won, and that's why they're ahead of him, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think something that kills him is he's only played in what, 14 games? Is that right?
Started. Surely he played some last year.
Yeah, started 14 games. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Sure.
No,
that's young. I mean, that's a young
15 games. Yeah, I think that's maybe NFL teams want to see more tape, but also, like, if there's no other quarterbacks in this draft class, I mean, at some point somebody's going to take him. I just don't think it's going to be first round like he thinks it's going to be.
Sure, that's fine. I mean, I think he's got a shot, but that's fine. Like,
I'd be pretty mad if my team took Ty Simpson.
The question, if he goes to the second round, I think you're talking about only two quarterbacks being taken in the first, which is a possibility, but how high probability? Because if I'm which NFL GMs will forever blow my mind, but if I'm an NFL GM and you're trying to convince me to take Garrett Nussmeier or John Mateer or Cade Klubnik or, by golly, Diego Pavia over Ty Simpson, I'm kicking your ass out of the room.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm shocked how low Carson Beck is. I figured, just again, you talk about like measurables wise, like he's, I don't know, whatever.
Right. Yeah, I just think like there is a ton of positions to be kind of going after. I think Tennessee is looking for a specialist. They brought the Oklahoma State kind of guy who's return kicks and punts for them. They brought him in for a visit. We'll see if that amounts to anything. Tennessee did land 2 since we last spoke. We mentioned Quay Moss, Ori Williams, the offensive tackle from LSU. I thought we were going to move Jesse Perry. Apparently, he put in like he had an interview and was like, yeah, they wanted me to start. So I don't know if he's going to be right tackle or Jesse Perry is. He only started 2 games at LSU last year, so not really a ton of tape on him.
Right.
And then Kayan Lee from Auburn. They're starting cornerback, and he's played a ton since he was a freshman. So I think it's good just having a veteran presence. I imagine he'll probably start especially right now, opposite of Ty Redmond. But yeah, a guy with a ton of experience, 3 interceptions in his career, had 31 tackles last season. So,
yeah, go get some guys. Go get Levitt. It's going to be really disappointing if he extends his visit and doesn't go to Tennessee. I'll say that. That'll upset me more than if he had just gone and done it. So,
and it looks like Ohio State is out for Chaz Coleman. So it looks like it's Tennessee or LSU at this point. So we'll see if Tennessee is able to get that one to the finish line. Also, the rest of the Penn State players. And we'll see who else gets on campus because it feels like it's something new every day. And then, they might commit and never make it on campus. And then you got to get new names. So it's a revolving door with the news for the transfer portal. But it's fun, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe at what point do we just like, hey guys, I'm cool with it. Let's just see who we have in August. I wish I could get to that point.
That's kind of that's a little bit of the mentality I do have. I'm kind of like always side-eyeing this stuff. But
yeah. I mean, now we have like a high school transfer portal.
Yeah, don't get me started. We're not. Hey, South Doyle named a new coach. Maybe they land some high-profile guys.
I know. Yeah.
Who are the 5 stars in East Tennessee right now that need a home?
Yeah, I'll start forking out some money, doing some fundraising.
Money can't be a problem for Tennessee right now because the money man Danny White is on Twitter more than I am. So yeah, money cannot be the issue. That's not possible.
Yeah.
If it is,
that's a bad look.
Which, hey, man, keep trolling. That's fine. I love a troll. We all love Lane Kiffin, right?
Yeah.
But, yeah, money's obviously not the problem. They're not calling the offices trying to figure out how to get this money to this guy because that's all figured out, clearly.
Yeah. Is this game starting on time or is it not?
No, definitely not. Monty did just give us a peace out, but I have it pulled up, and they just went to commercial with Desmond Howard on TV, so I don't think we're kicking off.
Okay.
Looks like they haven't sang the national anthem yet, which, real quick, Tennessee, Texas. Did you know we had a Texas fan sing the national anthem? I don't know how he weaseled his way into that, but yeah, a guy put on TikTok a Longhorn for life or something stupid like that, and he was the one singing the national anthem. And yeah, I could see a Texas hat in his hand. So, hey, Danny.
Well,
you can't tell me you're going to tell me we can't find a single Tennessee fan to sing a national anthem. We've got a Texas fan on our home. He better have been dang good. I didn't listen to it. I know he's not better than the South Doyle High School. He's not better than the South Doyle High School singers. I know that.
Yeah, that's.
Let me hear you hit that or the land 3 times, brother. You can't.
Well, hopefully he was better than their basketball team. Their basketball team sucks.
Or the land of. Yeah, you know it.
Yeah, their basketball team sucks. Their best player was a guy that we thought we were going to have to worry about. Dalen Swain had 7 turnovers in this one. So Tennessee's defense was out for blood. Free throws are better. So shout out free throws. I think there was I'm sure that was a point of emphasis this week in practice. So I'm glad that was better. And yeah, Jacoby Gillespie. That's kind of my notes for this game against Texas.
Love it. I mean, Jacoby Gillespie is all the notes you need. He's got 34 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Bop, 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 bop.
Yeah, it'd be cool if he could do that every game. I don't think it's realistic. So I think you're going to need Nate Ament to be more of a scoring threat. I mean, he had 8 points, not terrible. He was a lot better from the free throw line. But, man, 5 turnovers is tough. And 2, the first 2 possessions of the game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just – that's another one I'm just kind of with caution. I just don't really know what to think about this basketball team at this point. I think there's nights where they're probably going to be able to beat anybody in the country, but I think there's nights when they could lose to anybody too.
That is a great assessment of this basketball team right now.
Really like Amari Evans though. I think to this point, I think he is, and he's just a freshman. I think he's better than Jamal Meshack. He reminds me a lot of him at this point, but I think as a he's definitely a lot further along than Jamal Meshack was as a freshman.
Yeah, much more polished. I like that he's playing more minutes, earn more minutes, and then I don't know where Jalen Carey's been averaging, but it feels like we've seen more of him in SEC play. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, I thought Estrella looked better. I thought Dwayne Brown was fantastic. 10 points with 5 of 7 from the field.
That's been the biggest surprise for me.
Just that he's continued to start.
Yeah. Bigger than Ament struggles has been Dwayne Brown's solid transition in a tough position. We'll see how it goes farther into SEC play, but pleasant surprise.
Yeah, and that kind of next guard off the bench, we're like, all right, who's it going to be? Is it going to be Berg? Is it going to be Abrams? Is it going to be Troy Henderson? I mean, it's Amari Evans right now.
Yeah.
And he's taken basically everybody else's minutes. Amari Abrams only played 7 minutes in this one. Henderson played 8, and then Evans played 23 and had 3 steals, 2 assists, 3 rebounds, and 4 points. Fill up the stat sheet, baby.
No, absolutely. All right.
Yeah, this one kind of felt at halftime it was never really in doubt. And I think that was good. You need to get back on track in SEC play. And who do we have next?
Florida at noon on Saturday.
Yeah, the top teams in the SEC, the Auburn, Kentucky, Florida, not looking too great.
Bruce to Kentucky next year? Is it happening?
I don't know, man. They I think they're already wanting to get rid of Mark Pope, so
yeah.
Which I would agree. I mean, you paid $22 million to be terrible. That's a tough one. All right. Anything else before we get out of here?
That's it for me.
Awesome. Guys, go check out our good friends at hoviedrygoods.com. Caleb's got that hat. He's rocking it. Use promo code MORE for 15% off that first purchase. Again, promo code MORE, 15% off that first purchase at hoviedrygoods.com. What restaurant would you take a player to close out a deal?
Anthem. If you're listening now, you have to go back. War and Treaty. Phenomenal artist. And they're singing it.
I like them. Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, awesome story too. You should look up how he learned to play piano on Saddam Hussein's. He was in the army when they captured his palace, and he had to guard the palace. That was part of his thing. And he learned to play piano on Saddam's grand piano. Pretty crazy story while he was in the army. Restaurant I would take. There's a lot of great choices nowadays. So much good food in Knoxville now. Depends on the player. Defensive player, no doubt in my mind. We gotta be a little gritty. We're going burgers. We're eating with our hands. Stock and barrel. Zero doubt in my mind. Quarterback, though, I feel like you got to really dial it up for them, right? I might come over to Maryville, some of these good restaurants. I don't know.
Okay. I think, I think you kind of get what their preference is. If I'm going burger, I'm going abridged. If they're like big into pizza, dude, a Adopo's fire.
Okay.
I think that's it's kind of fancy like a quarterback, but it's got it's pizza. So, I mean, how fancy can you really get?
Sure.
So I think a gritty guy like Sam Levitt, I feel like that'd be a good place to take him.
All right.
Yeah, I feel like either one of those is pretty solid. Or you could just go like your local Mexican restaurant. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
What's Austin White? Maybe that's how he becomes a Tennessee fan. We start taking visits. Where does he go?
Where does he go?
Monterey. No free
Monterey.
shout outs. Yeah, no free shout outs, but
Yeah. Just anywhere. I mean, Mexican food's great, and there's nothing like closing a deal, going knuckle deep in some queso.
Knuckle deep. All right. This is an early show, not after dark. Calm down.
Well, it is dark right now, so we're good.
True.
All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for listening. We'll be back on Sunday talking about, I'm sure, more of the portal, talking about Tennessee basketball and everything else going on with Tennessee. If you get a chance, go check out our exclusive interview with Levi Clark. Awesome job by him, and hopefully we have more guests coming on soon. Thank y'all again. We're bringing the boat in, and we out.